Jury selection's been amazing. The candidates are being asked about their own connections to or impressions of an array of celebrities, and with no explanation why, at least not yet. The parlor games have begun, my friends. Everybody is trying to connect the dots between the shiny, famous names and the beleaguered rap star Diddy.
I went to a seminar about death.
Okay, you have to tell me. You're
Oh my
just telling
God.
me this now.
I know, yeah.
Please share. Why?
I have a friend.
Why were you there? And what did you learn?
I learned that no one really dies and that, it's just an experience in the physical form and we're attached to our personalities, but that we're just souls and that we continue and continue and continue.
Nip ain't know what type of monster he was.
Lauren?
No, I'm saying Lauren introduced me to Puff.
Oh, got you.
I mean, I knew Puff, but it was more of a personal relationship after, we was at Cassie's birthday.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Nip had no ego. So, you know what I'm saying? Like Nip came to me and said, I want you to mentor me. I want to get into real estate. I want you to teach me all your, like your business secrets. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whenever you got questions, pull up. And then on his last album, people do not know this. Somebody tried to jerk me, but I fixed it. I actually am one of the executive producers of Nipsey Hussle's last album.
Victory Lap.
Yeah, Victory Lap.
Diddy's crew just dropped some crazy tapes involving Lauren London and the internet's straight up losing it. The buzz, people are claiming she might have had something to do with Nipsey Hussle's death, and they're throwing out wild accusations that she snitched on her own baby daddy.
You're saying that there's tapes and they're being
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood.
But here's where it gets even messier. Some folks out here swear the whole situation was a setup from day one. And now, the dirty truth's bubbling up fast. If you've been keeping your ears to the Hollywood streets, then this might not even surprise you. Because talk about these mysterious tapes has been making rounds for months. But these ain't your regular party night clips. No way. These recordings are reportedly packed with some of the dirtiest, darkest secrets, illegal moves, shady freak-offs, and wild after-hours chaos that nobody was supposed to see. And get this, a bunch of celebs didn't even know they were being filmed.
I sat right here and told y'all there was activity on the darknet. Videos were being distributed and were going to be sold for profit because the diddler needs the money. Did I not say that? Right here.
Industry insiders like Jaguar Wright and Gene Deal been trying to sound the alarm for years. They've been warning that this mountain of receipts was eventually gonna blow up in everyone's face. And guess what? It's finally happening. Now that Diddy's trial is officially underway, everything's going off the rails. More celebs are getting dragged into the mess, linked to his alleged crimes, freaky underground lifestyle, and some pitch-black business behind the scenes.
Bruh, those people who was caught at Diddy party did not know that he had 250 tape recorders in that house. That's a big house. But he had 250 tape recorders.
And here's the kicker. Most of these stars aren't even denying they showed up to Diddy's infamous parties. But when it comes to those exclusive after parties, the ones where things supposedly got real dark, they're all playing innocent, swearing they dipped out early. But let's be real. You don't keep showing up to a spot if you really think something shady's going on. Unless you're part of the game. And boom, on day one of the trial, guess whose name popped up out of nowhere? Lauren London. Yeah, that Lauren. During jury selection, the court brought up a list of high-profile names. Kanye West, Cassie, Lauren London, and more, asking potential jurors if they recognized them. That instantly set off alarm bells.
Are people forgetting it was her and Lauren London? I just find it so funny how people are always omitting names and not really looking into the true facts.
Now the internet's going wild, asking some serious questions. Why was Lauren even mentioned? Does she have deeper ties to Diddy's empire than people thought? And what about those old whispers linking her to Nipsey's death? Was she really standing by him? Or was she moving slick behind the scenes? Could she have been playing both sides the whole time? The streets want answers, and fast. Now let's get into the real heart of this twisted mess. The streets ain't buying the idea that Nipsey was just taken out randomly. Nah, people are saying this was a calculated hit, a straight-up power move. Nipsey wasn't just some rising rapper, he was building an empire. Word is, he wasn't playing by the industry's rules, and he definitely wasn't bowing down to the so-called gatekeepers. He was moving like royalty, chess moves only. And to certain people at the top, that kind of independence is a threat. Then boom.
Hook up with the biggest rapper at the time. Everything's great. By the way, isn't she? Lauren is the one that introduced Nip to Diddy. Diddy couldn't even get to Nip, even though he had ties in LA. It was Lauren that brought Nip to him.
After Diddy's arrest, the rumors went crazy. People started saying Diddy might have had more to do with Nipsey's death than anyone ever thought. The streets started buzzing that Diddy allegedly ordered the hit himself. Let's not forget, Nipsey was just 33 when he was gunned down in broad daylight right outside his own store, The Marathon, on March 31st, 2019. He got hit at least 10 times. 10! Yeah, Eric Holder got arrested and slapped with 60 years in prison, but folks been saying for years that Eric, he was just a pawn, the one who pulled the trigger, the real puppet master. That's who people are still looking for. Somebody with real power had to be behind it. And that's when Diddy's name starts getting thrown around heavy. Jaguar Wrights be screaming from the rooftops for a while now, saying Diddy allegedly knew way more than he ever let on. But here's where things take a wild turn. Word is Diddy didn't pull this off alone. He allegedly had someone on the inside close to Nipsey feeding him info without raising any red flags.
Everybody ain't know what type of monster he was. Lauren?
No, I'm saying Lauren introduced me to Puff.
Oh, got you.
I mean, I knew Puff, but it was more of a personal relationship after, we was at Cassie's birthday.
And now, all eyes are locking in on Lauren London. People are bringing up a clip from when Nipsey was alive, his Breakfast Club interview, where he low-key hinted at certain things that are now being looked at way differently. When you flip the script and see it through this lens, the story changes fast. Was Lauren really just the loving girlfriend, or was she Diddy's secret chess piece? Fans are side-eyeing everything now. Some believe she was planted to keep tabs on Nipsey, to control the situation from up close, maybe even influence his moves behind the scenes. Whispers been swirling that Lauren and Diddy had a relationship that was way too cozy, like uncomfortably close. Some folks been calling her one of Diddy's mules or yacht girls, right up there with Young Miami. And now, she's being called in by the court. That ain't a coincidence. To make it worse, old pics have popped up showing Lauren and Diddy looking real tight, way more than just friendly. Meanwhile, in old pics and clips, Nipsey's right there in the background, looking like a third wheel in his own relationship. And after his tragic passing, Lauren sat down for an interview with Angie Martinez. And that's when things got real weird, and she opened up about her grief, but said it was Diddy who helped her through it. That alone had folks doing double takes. But then came the quote that left fans speechless.
Okay, you have to tell me. You're
Oh
just
my
telling
God.
me this now.
I know, yeah.
Please share, please share. Why?
I have a friend.
Why were you there? And what did you learn?
I learned that no one really dies and that, it's just an experience in the physical form and we're attached to our personalities, but that we're just souls and that we continue and continue and continue. And if you have a spiritual relationship with someone on earth, you will have one with them when you leave earth. So I did this 2-day seminar on death. So
And this was how long ago?
I had to be 25.
What sent you there?
Do
you find that weird though?
I'm weird.
No, it's not weird that you would go. It's almost like you were preparing yourself for what you would have to deal with.
Well, I told you I didn't have connection to earth at a young age.
I know, but you don't find that as you were preparing yourself for what you were going to have to deal with.
Well, that we're all going to have to deal with.
Lauren said Puff told her, "Look, boo, you have shown everybody what it looks like to hold a man down and to love him. Now show them what it looks like when it all crumbles. That's your responsibility." Wait, what? Who even says that to someone mourning their man unless there's a whole other level to their relationship? And it didn't stop there. Lauren casually mentioned that Diddy called her Boo, the same nickname Nipsey used to call her. That hit a nerve with fans. People started asking, why would Diddy use something so personal, something so sacred between Nip and Lauren? It felt off. Way off. And just when folks thought it couldn't get stranger, Lauren revealed she'd been to an actual death seminar, a whole event focused on grief and loss. Even before Nipsey's death, things were already looking strange, and Angie Martinez picked up on it too. During that same interview, her face said it all. Pure confusion. And fans, they were straight up shook, hold up, shoot. Who goes to a death seminar before their man passes away? Unless they already had a feeling something was coming, it's like Lauren knew something dark was on the horizon. And that eerie vibe, it's giving deja vu. Just like when Diddy bought a whole gold coffin for Kim Porter, months before she died. People been saying that wasn't a coincidence. And when you zoom out, it starts looking like a setup.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Nip had no ego. So, you know what I'm saying? Like Nip came to me and said, I want you to mentor me. You know, I want to get into real estate. I want you to teach me all your, you know what I mean, like your business secrets. You know what I'm saying? I was like, whenever you got questions, pull up. And then on his last album, people do not know this. Somebody tried to jerk me, but I fixed it. I actually am one of the executive producers of Nipsey Hussle's last album.
Victory Lap.
Yeah, Victory Lap.
Nipsey wasn't tapped into the industry machine like that. He was doing his own thing, staying independent. But Lauren, she had all the ties. She had the access. And after she brought Nipsey into her world, suddenly Diddy was all up in the picture, tight with him, even working on music. It wasn't just vibes either. Diddy helped shape Victory Lap, Nipsey's biggest and most iconic album. Back then, fans saw that as a blessing. But now, some are questioning if it was actually a trap, and it gets deeper. Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard, recently spilled some tea. He claimed that it was Nipsey who asked Diddy to help with Victory Lap. Victory Lap was supposed to be Nipsey's life after death moment, the same kind of energy Biggie had after he passed. That was the vision. Same legacy, same impact. But let that really sink in. Biggie's final album came out after he got taken out too. And according to Gene Deal, that move, bringing Diddy in, was Nipsey's biggest mistake. Because once Diddy stepped in, it was a wrap. He sunk his claws in deep. Next thing you know, Nipsey wasn't grinding in the studio anymore. He was spending more time at Diddy's mansion than anywhere else. And that's the moment everything shifted. Fans started noticing Nipsey looking off, tired, worn down, even stressed out. His energy wasn't the same. People are now saying Diddy saw Nip as a real threat, a smart, powerful street revolutionary who couldn't be bought, couldn't be tamed, and wasn't playing Hollywood games. And when you can't control a man like that, you eliminate him. But even if that was the plan, somebody had to unlock the door. And a lot of people are side-eyeing Lauren. The million-dollar question is, what did she really know? Because now with these alleged tapes floating around, footage that's supposedly tied to Diddy's secret circle, the narrative is shifting fast.
Now, you taking a spiritual person who's asking for something. He said, I wanted that same feel as life after death. That same feel was that Biggie got, and he went on to sell about 10 million albums, or 10 million copies. I was saying, you gotta watch what you say to demons, because it just might come true.
Maybe Lauren wasn't just the grieving girlfriend. Maybe she was hiding something way darker. Maybe she was cleaning up behind the scenes. And now that Diddy's trial is finally underway and Lauren's name has officially been pulled into court, people are wondering if the real truth is about to explode. Will she stay quiet, or will the truth finally come out? And just like always, the internet is on fire with opinions. Some folks are saying straight up, if Nipsey had folded like the rest, if he had bowed down to Diddy and that dark industry power, he might still be alive. But Nip, he stood tall, 10 toes down, connected to something real, God. And that's exactly why some believe his time was cut short. The marathon wasn't just a slogan, it was a spiritual mission. And when good shines too bright, evil tries to snuff it out. One spiritual voice, Aida, who claims to see the underworld, came forward with a chilling take. She said Lauren had a fair hand in it all, that she wasn't supposed to touch that money. She had just signed that Puma deal. And now, her name's wrapped up with Diddy and Jay-Z, two power players she accuses of soul swapping and controlling the game from behind the scenes. Some fans been saying it from the jump. Her pain never felt real. They say Nipsey's fans shed more public tears than she ever did. And one person even said, I never met him, but his death hit me harder than her words ever did. They remember that tribute post Lauren made, but they're calling it empty. No tears, no real emotion, and no one's that cold when losing a soulmate, unless there's something deeper being hidden. The energy, it's been off, way off. But what do you think? Is Lauren just caught in the crossfire, or was she playing a role the whole time? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if it shook you. And if you thought this was wild, click on the next one. It gets even deeper. See you there.